How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. What Jerome Powell just said is pushing up the crypto markets along with the stock market, sending some cryptos up 5%, some up 10, 15, 20, 25%. Now we're going to cover it, talk about what Jerome Powell just said that is pushing up the market so quickly, then also talk about what Congress did yesterday along with some other news in the crypto world. Now, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, I'm going to keep this as quick and to the point as possible. If you guys like that, if you hit the like and subscribe, that way I know that you guys like this kind of content. Also, if you guys want, there is a link down there to BlockFi to get up to $250 worth of Bitcoin when you sign up and deposit some money on their platform. And they pay you in interest every single month for having crypto there. Also, there is a link down there to the Patreon. I actually recently bought and added to my Avalanche bag, and it's up 24% over the last 24 hours. So definitely check out that link down below to Patreon to sign up today to see exactly when I buy and sell anything in crypto or stocks. Now, the Fed just talked. They did their FOMC meeting and then gave their interest rate expectations for next year and 2023, talked about when they are going to taper and how much they're going to taper, and then when they're looking at increasing rates. Now, after this happened, after this Fed meeting, we saw the general stock market pump up, but we also saw crypto pump up. Obviously, you can see that we're up a good amount on the 24-hour with Bitcoin back over 49,000, Ethereum over 4,000, and some cryptos pumping up a good amount. Now, yesterday, we just got news that the House was passing a debt ceiling increase, sending it to Biden to avoid default hours before deadline. So they're increasing the debt by about $2.5 trillion, the debt ceiling. And this is causing, all this stimulus is causing CPI and PPI to go insane. Inflation's really high, the highest that we've seen in about 40 years. We just got this number a few days ago that PPI rose to 9.6% in November. So this is a huge amount, and this is putting some pressure on the Fed. So the Fed said that it's going to double the pace of tapering. This was kind of what Wall Street expected. They're going to increase the pace of tapering to $30 billion a month. And then they're also warming up to rate hikes in 2022. So inflation's really high. They need to cut it down some way. So they're going to increase the amount of tapering. So $30 billion instead of what we had been doing, which is $15 billion per month. So they're increasing this, which is what we expected, and they are looking at 3 rate increases in 2022. Now, he was asked about this. Jerome Powell was asked about this, and again, we'll get to some other crypto-related things here in a second, but he was asked when we would expect the first rate hike. Now, we have 8 meetings next year, but he said they don't expect the rate hike to happen before they're done tapering, which happens in March. So we're looking at the first rate hike maybe March or May, but he said that there wasn't going to be a large gap between when they stopped tapering and they started increasing rates. So they're expecting to increase rates several times next year. Now you might be asking, okay, well, if they are increasing the pace of tapering and they're increasing rates much more in 2022 than people thought, why is everything going up? Well, a lot of the time the market does price in worst scenarios, right? Some people thought maybe they'll increase rates much sooner than March or May. Maybe they'll increase them very soon, and then we would have this drop in the market. Now, this is pretty much what we expected, so there was some fear baked in, some hedging, and now we are seeing the markets push up in price. So this is a good thing overall. Of course, when we start raising rates, that's not great, but we have months and months before that happens. Now it's just a question of supply and demand, right? So getting back to Bitcoin and other cryptos, we have more and more demand all the time. I mean, this just came out. Switzerland's largest online bank is launching a Bitcoin exchange, and it will happen in the first half of 2022. We also got Brazil's largest stock exchange planning to offer Bitcoin services, including over-the-counter trading and custody. We've gotten word from Colombia and Germany and Australia that they are all allowing some of their largest banks to start allowing clients to sell and buy Bitcoin. So you can see the demand will increase because it's going to be spread out to a bunch of people, a lot of clients in 2022. And you can see that the supply is consistently going down. The BTC or Bitcoin balance on exchanges is at a 3-year low. So it's just the supply and demand that's starting to tip, and I think it's starting to tip in crypto's favor, or in the holders' favor. So we have Bitcoin over 49,000 now. Of course, we could see more red. There's always some FUD that's out on the horizon, but it is looking good now. We also have Ethereum over 4,000. Now, some cryptos are pumping up a good amount. Solana is one that I've been adding to a lot over the last few days, and they're starting to pump up in price. They're up 15%. Avalanche is up 30%. So why is Avalanche up? Well, possibly it's because Bank of America says Avalanche scaling capability offers viable alternative to Ethereum. This just came out, and it's one of the largest cryptos in market cap, and it seems like it's going to be in the top 10 here soon. They said Avalanche's ability to scale while remaining secure and decentralized makes it a credible alternative to Ethereum for DeFi projects, NFT, gaming, and other assets, Bank of America said in a research report. They're increasing adoption, the bank says, with more than 380 projects built on the platform. It has over 4,500 transactions per second, which is a very high number compared to some other blockchains. Now, this obviously is pushing up Avalanche's price along with the general sentiment in the market. A lot of people are excited about Avalanche, and looks like it is very close to cracking the top 10. With that being said, some other cryptos are doing well. Polygon. I've talked about Polygon a lot on the channel recently. It is looking very bullish as more and more people adopt it. And they just had new news. So they just had news that they're going to implement EIP 1559 upgrades. Now you might be confused. You might be saying that's what Ethereum has. And yes, it's EIP 1559. So they're going to have something very similar, or they actually do. So it's live on their testnet, and it's going to burn about 0.27% of the total Matic supply each year. So that is, again, just one more thing going for Matic. Now, a lot of other cryptos are up, and there could be all different reasons for this, from people playing the long game to the short game. And overall, it's just a good time to be in the crypto market. If you've been adding to your bags recently, that's great. Of course, we were higher just a few days ago. So don't get it twisted, right? If you had bought several days ago, you're still down or sideways. But overall, since yesterday, it is looking a little bit more green, and there is a little bit less fear in the market. So these are the times that it's good to buy and add to your bag if you are interested in being a long-term holder. Of course, anything can happen short-term, and anything could happen even tonight, right? We could see it dip right back down to that support that we saw, but we bounced right off the 200-day moving average for Bitcoin, and that is something that is quite bullish. Now, of course, I want to hear your thoughts on this underneath the video. Definitely check out the link down below to BlockFi, but let me know what you think about crypto right now. Are you a little bit less nervous? Are you excited? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.